was the time and the place.
We're here to have a good time. We're shining in the spotlight.
That was the time and the place.
We're here to have a good time. Come and dance, with me slow. Take my hand, just let go. Down on the floor, baby, sway back and forth. Keep me coming back for more.
Let's go. Time to get loco, tonight is a night. Let's blow it up like a fireballing night. Shake it down low, take it up high. That was the time and the place.
We're here to have a good time. We're shining in the spotlight. We're here to have a good time. In the curtain, lights on, let's go. Come start a fire, let's make it glow. We're here to have a good time. We're shining in the spotlight. We're here to have a good time.
Here to have a good time.
We're here to have a good time.
So there we were beneath the burning sky. Both had a reason to live, but so much more to die. Will fate decide who has to go? Oh, oh. We both know pain, but we deal it too. Who's dealt more? Well, I leave that up to you. I circle round, but you double back every time I turn you. There in fact, well, I guess I met my match. I drew fast, but he drew first. Had to make me bleed to quench his thirst. Oh, yeah. Now I know. This is how it ends. Let's just not pretend that I've always walked this path alone.
If you leave me to my own device, I never have to compromise. The city is like a jungle, gotta make it mine. Put my fears right out of sight. Beat the hustle, better get it right. In a game where the strong survive. Only the strong survive. Your chains will not hold me down. The break and fall to the ground. Can't tame these lions inside. The power is raining like thunder, ready for a fight. These lions inside. These lions inside. These lions inside. These lions inside. I had to learn to be the hero. I started on a heaven zero. In a city like a jungle, I had to get mine. Never give, you gotta take. Be the catapult to storm the gates. Cause the champion is never giving in. See you through till the end of days. Till the end of days. Your chains will not hold me down. The break and fall to the ground. Can't tame these lions inside. The power is raining like thunder, ready for a fight. These lions inside. These lions inside. Can't tame these lions inside. Can't tame these lions inside. The ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey to the bitter end. The ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey to the bitter end. The ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin.
Yo! How's everyone doing? Yeah. Oh man, Patrick and I were a little distracted. So, how you doing, Patrick?
Yeah, I'm all right.
No, Patrick is very sad. He's a sad person today, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to go to my computer real quick to show you why Patrick is sad. Because the persona switcher is gone in the Guy in a Cube tenant. So he is no longer happy. He's no longer happy. So I'm happy, but he is not. So, and I lost my mouse. Oh, that's because it's still doing that. All right. So yeah. So welcome everyone. Yes, Matthew. No, I was waiting for this. It's so much better. So what are you up to, Patrick? Did you figure it out? I got it. It's messed up on my end. So I don't know. We spent a lot of time on this. All right, we'll get to it. So, welcome everyone. Thanks for being here. Another Saturday. It's the last Saturday in January. Patrick, next Saturday is February 1st. Whew.
Yeah, we're leaving.
No, we're leaving on February 2nd. The next day.
Yeah.
All right. First off, if you're new to the live stream or Guy in a Cube in general, put hashtag new in the chat. We always love seeing the new faces. Just want to say hi and welcome you to the community. Everyone is so nice here. Please participate in the chat. Yeah. Yes. All right. And then also shout out to members of Guy in a Cube. You help us do what we do here on the channel. Very much appreciated. If you see folks with a green name or the Guy in a Cube logo next to their name, they are members of Guy in a Cube. So thank you so much. If you want to learn more about being a member, you can check out the link on the screen or hit the join button down below to learn more. No commitment required. Just thank you for checking it out. And then what else? Yes, sorry. Patrick distracted me. We were going down this rabbit hole, and now that's all I'm thinking about. Also, so FabCon Vegas is coming up, the Microsoft Fabric Community Conference. Would love to see you there. Patrick and I will both be there. So a week from Sunday, we're going to Fabric February. So absolutely, come join us there as well. And then at the end of March is the Microsoft Fabric Community Conference. You can register today to secure your slot for the conference. When you do go to register, use Cube 200. It'll give you $200 off the registration. Yeah, I just hope to see you there. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. Patrick's doing a pre-con with Phil Seamark. It's a pre-con, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pre-con. It's a
Yeah,
pre-con.
so register for that too. It's Direct Lake, learning all about Direct Lake.
Yeah.
They're going to have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be great.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to learn a lot, Patrick. I need to learn about Direct Lake.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right, rules. We have rules on the channel. First off, put Q: in front of the question, and so that will get it queued up. I'm working on queuing the things up, and so the questions are starting to come in. I love it. So please do that. And all you have to do is do it once, one time only. We have a 3 strikes rule here on Guy in a Cube. So if you spam the question or you spam anything in general, one of the moderators and or myself will put you into a timeout, and we don't want to do that. So, but if you're breaking the rules, that's where you go, is into the timeout. Maybe you get a little nice cap and you get seated in the corner of the room. I don't know. So please don't spam. Please don't spam. And then members, hold your questions till the second half. I'll let you know when to drop them in. So we will do that on the member only side of it. If you do have a burning question throughout the stream, super chats always take priority. And so, if you got it, use it. When you do a super chat, please put the question in the super chat so that it gets answered. Otherwise, if you just do the super chat, we appreciate it. But if you need it for a question, do that. Jumps the queue any time of the stream. All right, what am I missing, Patrick? I think that was it.
You didn't new people? New?
I said the new, but I didn't read the new. All right, who's new? Yeah, so you weren't even listening. I remembered it. Let's see here. Where's the first one is, so Thierry says new from Calgary, Alberta. That's up in Canada, for those that don't know. Welcome. Let's see, anyone else is new? I don't see any other new. So Thierry, you're the only one. Love it. Welcome. Glad you're here. And definitely take part in the chat. Everyone is nice. All right, and Florian is new as well from Germany, Munich. We were in Munich in October for Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that was great. All right, and then Pontus, thanks for becoming a new member. Very much appreciated. And then there was also Dan became a member before the stream even started, so appreciate that, Dan. And Dan also did a super chat. What are you laughing at?
Alex talking about Patrick has really locked in on his professionalism lately.
Isaac says he's new. He's a member.
Alex,
Yeah, Pontus is new from Stockholm. Excellent. And Łukasz, new from Poland. Welcome. Look at all the new folks. They're coming in. It's all because Patrick said something. That's why. All right. So let's get into the questions. So Dan, who is a new member as of today, also took advantage of the super chat. So he didn't want to wait till the member only side of it. So he's like, let's go right now. And this is what Patrick and I have been going down a rat hole on. So Dan's question. So paginate a report with custom code functions and uploaded through the site and publish in Power BI Report Builder. It works. But when I import via the API, it fails with BC42353. Is that a bug? No, it's not a bug. One thing I will do is you can use the search engine of your choice, but when you go to Bing, if you type in the BC 42353, I came across a post on Stack Overflow. This is one of the very rare times where I search for like an error and I actually got something that was useful, which was amazing. So I'm going to drop that link into the chat. Let's go over to my machine and we'll take off the thing. All right. And so this was a similar post, and so basically what I also found, this is actually a Visual Basic error code, and the error code itself is that not all code paths return a value. That's the error. And so something in your code is not right. And so I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't have your code. Hang on. Hang on.
So Adam,
let me say
Adam,
this first.
I'm gonna.
Wait.
Okay.
What do you want? What do you want?
No, go finish.
No, it's okay. You already interrupted me. I'm interrupted. So let's go. What do you got?
I think this is a problem.
It's not.
Look, I want you to go to my screen. Maybe there's somebody out there who's really good at VBA and correct. Okay, and could correct me.
Okay.
I just put this together. Adam watched me put this together. So here's my function in SSRS. So if it's Adam, return this. End if, and then I say if it's Patrick, return this. End if and return. Okay? I'm returning at every code path.
Because you're a return person. You like returning.
I'm returning at every code path, and then when I call the function in the thing, I'm doing A. So I want it to not be Adam, not be Patrick. I want it to go to the other ones. I tested the other ones out. They all work.
Sure.
And if I run this, it's going to say hello world. That's what it should return.
Yeah.
And then if I go to PowerShell, somebody on the internet did a really good job writing this code. If I run this and it forces me to authenticate, that's okay, right? I don't get the exact error that.
Okay, so you're not getting Dan's
got.
error. Got it.
But I am getting the error and the code path, all the code path. But it does right here.
Wait,
does not return values on all code paths. But I am returning the value on all code path.
Okay. You didn't read the post.
So something's not right.
You didn't let me talk about the post, and you didn't read the post because the post has an answer.
Okay, tell me the answer.
And then,
so I'm going to put it.
and then we're gonna get the RDL. Get the RDL file open up in a text editor, so like Visual Studio Code or something like that. I want to see the text representation of the code in a text editor, not report builder. Open it up in Notepad. I don't care, man. Use the text editor of your choice. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care.
You keep talking.
Well, pull it up, but we're just gonna do it live.
Open with.
Notepad.
Choose another app.
Notepad.
Chewy
says the guys are back. Fight. Love it. Come on.
Here we go.
All right. Go find your code. Search for Hello World.
There we go.
There you go. Scroll
There's
down.
my code.
Okay. Well, that's not what the post said. But you're not getting the same errors in the post. So look, that's all right. So yeah, I don't know about that. Let's go back over to my machine. Yeah. Hang on. We might come back. So ultimately so what's interesting though, actually wait, Patrick, go back to your error. Sorry. Flipping back to Patrick's machine. Go back to the error.
Yeah.
Does it tell you the function that gave the error?
Yeah. It says my function. Welcome message right there.
Zoom in. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so Dan, the error code, you gave me just the number, but it should give you more. It should tell you which function, and my guess is you know exactly which function is causing the problem. So that's part of it. Right? So thank you for that, Patrick. So this specific post that I put in the chat, though, what it was saying is in this particular instance, they said, and Patrick, you could try reproing this, is essentially the code was actually on a single line, like the whole thing. There was no, like, it wasn't formatted. Patrick's was formatted. So, but in this case, this person's was not. So like, Patrick, I don't know if you put all yours into one line, would it give you that same error that was in this post? Like
Okay, I'll try
that would be
I'm not going to
interesting.
try it right now.
Yeah.
So, I ain't try it right now. Okay.
So beyond that, this is a visual basic error. It's not like a Power BI error per se. It's something that it tried to validate the VB part of this, and it ran into an error. Now, there could be some issue with that validator that's running, that it's just doing something wonky. That's a technical term. I don't know. And my assumption here is that, because it was commented it works fine in Report Builder, and it works fine when I do publish from Report Builder, and I'm assuming, Patrick, you saw the same experience.
Yeah. When I publish it, it works.
It
when
works.
I publish it,
but it's when we do it through the
Yeah.
imports API, it fails with this error thing.
Yeah.
So my guess is when we're doing the imports REST API call, it's triggering a specific thing that's trying to validate the RDL that the other paths are not triggering. And it's possible there could be an issue with that path on the imports API. It's very possible. The only way we're going to know those, you got to open a support case. So, yeah.
Yeah, Alex, I saw this, Alex. This. I read this post, and that's when I did. It led me to another one about the return statements, but I'm still getting the error. So I don't know.
Anyway, this is a code issue and potential processor issue on the code. And so we can play around with things and see what works, see what doesn't, look at forum posts, try and get ideas and debug it. But if it is an actual issue with the imports API, we got to open up a support case. Like there's not much else I can do. So that was a good question though. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Dan, I hope that helped you out, and thank you for becoming a member. Make sure it's not all on a single line though. So, all right. Whew. It wore me out, Patrick.
That was
All
fun
right.
though.
Guillermo, please can you demo the new Fabric experience? Okay.
Oh.
Sure. Boom. Here you go. New Fabric experience. There it is. So what you can
show
do.
it.
I know I am. So down here, you'll see. Whoa, that was not what I wanted to click on. What did I just do? I did something weird on the. Okay. So if I click Fabric now, you get two options: Fabric and Power BI. And so Patrick and I were talking earlier, and Patrick even says, like, look, we hear a lot of people saying, like, look, I just want to do Power BI. I don't want to do anything with Fabric. Well, guess what? Now we're in the Power BI experience. Boom. Just do Power BI. Just do Power BI. It's fine. Right? Right, Patrick?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Now, there's an oddity here that I don't like, and I'm going to call it out. And it threw me off. And I'm going to go back to the Fabric experience to show this, and it makes me even more a little. They moved my cheese, and I don't like when they do that. And so I came here, and I'm like, oh, I'm in the Fabric. Oh, all right, I got Fabric things. This is great. Come down to I was like, oh, I'm going to change my workspace. I'm like, wait, that's not workspace. That's workloads. Oh, they moved workspace up here. But watch this. Watch this, Patrick. I'm going to go to the Power BI. Where's workspaces? Where's workspaces? It's down here where why are they in different spots? Why? I got to give that feedback. Oh, that is
Kevin,
annoying.
Look at Kevin's comment. And so, Kevin, I will tell you this. I have been trying to get Adam to talk about this in a video for a
The world needs to know how you can. No, I'm recording that this weekend.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I love
It's
how
coming
he
out next
ends
week.
It is okay. It is okay. It is okay. I love how he ends it. It's okay. It's okay.
Now, Gaston, I hear you. You said, yeah, I'm really selling it. I felt the sarcasm there. But I will say, I'm going to go back to this. I like it. I like it better than the Persona experience was. I do.
So,
I just don't like that they put workspaces way up there. That annoys me. It should be right above my workspace. Or be consistent between the two.
Thomas says, as a multipolar person, I like the previous version. Me too.
Okay.
Me too, right? Because
Patrick
I do
does
all
too.
these things. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick gave me a man. He's just we had this running joke in our sessions where we're like, Patrick's like, all right, so in order to do a lake house, I got to go over to data engineering. I'm like, no, you don't, man. I just stay in Power BI, and I go to watch this. All right, sorry, going back again. Watch this. All right, I'm a Power BI person, right? I'm going to go to my workspace where workspaces are in the right location. I'm going to go to AdventureWorks. Watch this. I can still do a lake house. It's magic. It's magic, right? It doesn't matter. I don't know. It's whatever. I just go to new and I add the item. It's fine.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Guillermo, hopefully that helps you out. I'm like, I just go to new. I just create the item. I stay in Power BI. That's me. I don't need the other. I don't go to the other thing. I just go Power BI new. I know what I need to create. Let's go.
Got
All
it.
right.
Whatever.
All right, next question. So this is related to the experience. Is it gone for life or just a snack? No, this is the new experience. Like, this is it. That's it. No more persona switcher. Yeah. We just have Fabric and then Power BI, although Power BI is technically Fabric. So that's why I just stay in Power BI, because I have all the Fabric things. Yeah. Yeah. I just keep it simple. That's my way of life, man. I just keep it simple.
Okay.
Exactly. Look at this comment. I don't think that the switch between Power BI and Fabric is needed. Exactly my point. Just stay in Power BI. Just stay in Power BI. It's fine. You can do all the things.
I have to stay in Fabric because I can't upload notebooks in Power BI.
Yes, you can.
I can't import notebooks.
Yes, you can. Oh my goodness. Do upload? Oh wait, what happened? So no. What happened? They moved
that's gonna
it.
create a new one.
They moved it.
No, they didn't.
It used to be there.
When
it
you
was
were
there.
In one of the no, it was not.
Ugh,
No, it's not.
dumb. Just fucking
You
upload
cannot. See, Toma's right. You cannot.
No, it used to be there. So under
It was
new.
never allowed.
Wait.
No.
Hang on. Listen to me. Under the old new, you could upload a notebook. It was there. It was there. I swear.
No.
Yes.
Now that that's right, Fernando. Now that I'm a big Python coder, developer,
Whatever.
I stay in Fabric. Yeah. Look at Matthew's comments.
Yeah, I saw it. It was there. You used to be able to upload, and because you remember, because I called out the fact, like, why is upload under new and not upload? It should be under upload.
Let's move on.
Right.
Let's just
Moving on. Pontus. Ooh, Pontus, you became a new member. Let's hold your question over to the members thing. So when I say members, I'll remember. I'll pull it in. Or you can redo it when we go over to members only. So, yeah. All right, Samuel.
I'm gonna remember.
But you don't remember that upload notebook was under the old new.
There.
It was there.
It wasn't there.
I'm gonna go find it and I'm gonna show you. All right. With a premium capacity, how much space do we have for Fabric items like tables in a lake house? Do we have to buy storage even with a P capacity? Not even Microsoft can answer this question. Well, yes, Microsoft can answer the question. Hang on. Let me go. I'm going to go. Hang on. I'm going to switch to my screen here in a second. Let's go over to my screen. Get rid of that. Come down here, Fabric pricing overview. And this is related to the F SKUs, your questions about P SKU, but I'm going to tell you the OneLake piece is the same. OneLake storage. So for Fabric items specifically, storage is based on OneLake, and you have to pay for OneLake. It's similar to like ADLS Gen 2 pricing. And this is the pricing that you have to pay for OneLake. It's a bill meter on the Azure side. Now, it should be there on the premium side, but the challenge is, what I don't know is if you actually get billed for it, because I don't know if they figured out how to actually run that. So it's technically there, and you can see it in the Fabric capacity metrics app. What I don't know is how they actually charge you for it, because it's not on the Azure side, so it doesn't go through that. So if I go to where is it? Fabric capacity metrics. Yes, Yes, but the p-sql is been deprecated, so so use it while you can. But if you go in the fabric metrics, you can actually see from the OneLake side, there's a storage tab in here that will tell you. Yeah, so if you go to storage, and then you can see the breakdowns from a OneLake storage perspective. So storage for fabric items is OneLake. And so that's what you go off of. So yeah, so for p-sqs, it technically should be billed, but it's not because it's not an Azure resource, but on the fsqs, it is. So yes, cool. Good question. Good question. All right, let's see here. All right, this is a Patrick question. Mr. Notebook guy. In a CI/CD, so continuous integration, continuous deployment, when creating a new branch and workspace, the lakehouse and warehouse are empty in the new workspace. Is there any way to keep the to the lakehouse in the original workspace, avoiding reloading? No. Yeah, no. That's not how it works. Because you're in a new workspace, right? And so it's copying when you're, so when you're using Git, and that's going from a branch perspective from one thing to another, you have to reload the data in the context of that workspace. It's a different stage. So
Yeah.
otherwise, you can do something custom where you could reference data from somewhere else. So like if you have dev test prod and you want tests to reference dev data, but that's a custom change that's outside of what you're propagating forward. Could potentially do that by way of parameters, things of that nature. So, but by default, no, you reload the data. That's the default approach.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'd also like to understand, like, what's the scenario around that where you want to reference the data in the other stage? That'd be good to know. So,
I guess because they just want to keep the data populated as they test throughout the different environments.
Sure. But part of that testing also is the loading of the data.
Yeah,
I would think.
Absolutely.
I would think.
I mean, because you think about before all this lake house and stuff, if I had a database and I'm doing operational development, my database is under version control with the app. And when I deploy the app to the new environment, the database is empty and I need to load that database from somewhere. So same concept.
Yeah. And then, Kevin, using shortcuts. But again, if you're in dev and then you go to test, you're saying, well, use a shortcut in test. Well, now they're not the same now. And so your definition is technically changing as you go through the stages, which you can do, but you got to understand that's something extra you have to go do.
Look, a woman posted, when I create you see it.
Yeah. So when I create a feature branch, I don't want to repopulate all my lakehouse to test some change in the gold layer. Well, the gold layer should be production data. I don't understand that.
Alex has got a good link here. Let's see.
Yeah, Fernando, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can do this like from a parameter perspective. Yeah, absolutely. That's how you would do it. Like but you customize that to accommodate it, right? So yes. Yeah, good question. Well, so Alex, I would imagine it's the same workspace. So because from a Git integration perspective, you can only reference one branch, and then from deployment pipelines, you can only do like one. Right, it's like one workspace per thing. So I would imagine there's multiple workspaces here for the different environments. So, yep.
That's good. This is a good one. It's a good conversation.
Yeah. So there are ways to accomplish it, but you've got to do it with like parameters of some kind, or do some custom things so you can tell it what to go look at. So yes, but by default it won't do that. You've got to go tell it to.
Boy.
Hope that helps. All right, Melody. A Cuban Uber driver stole my phone and took it. What? Wait. I can't. I'm a little peeved. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry to hear that, Melody.
Oh, wait. Is this real?
It's a statement. Yeah. It's not really a question.
I'm so sorry, Melody. So sorry.
Well, Yeah, deleted in the YouTube chat, but it was still in my thing. So I didn't see that in the.
Sorry. So sorry.
So sorry, Melody.
So sorry.
All right. All right. Let's see, Mohammed. Is there an easier way to rewrite a DAX used to create a calculated column as a measure? Finding it harder, such a part of the code not seeing columns and the use of variables. We got to unpack that. That's a
big question.
I want to take a step back from that. So, like a calculate in the context of a calculated column versus a measure, they're used for different approaches.
Yeah.
Right. So in a calculated column, you have row context, whereas you don't necessarily have that on the measure side of it, and like you're doing different things. So what I would do is step back and say, okay, we need a measure to calculate whatever. Let's step back and figure out what is it we need to calculate, and then just treat it as a measure. Like, how do we go about doing that? Like maybe go back in the beginning, instead of trying to rework what you have in a calculated column, just from the measure, take a step back and start over and just figure out what is it you want to go to.
Further back than that.
Okay.
Step even further back than that and look at your data model. Yeah. Take a look at your data model, because there's probably some things you can do in your data model to fix to mitigate having those calculated columns. Oh, somebody already said it. Do it further upstream. So go as far back as you can. Go take a look at that crazy video I did about calculated columns this past week. Take a step all the way back there and try that. If that doesn't work, I think Alex already said it too. Sometimes you can use the iterator functions to give you more context over your rows in your measures. So I think Alex said it. I thought, oh, well, there you go. Mark Walter just said it. Somebody said it. So you look at the sum x, the count x, the min x. Look at those functions. It'll give you a little more context. So,
yeah. Cool. All right. Oh wow, we're at the. Oh my goodness.
Do one more member question.
All right,
we
non-member question.
Non-member.
Yeah. All right. So Prachi, you're going to be the last one. It's a two-parter per Patrick. As an ISV providing services, we've set up a stream data lakehouse delta table for one of our customers. How can we automate the same procedure for new customers following the same process? Part 2. What's the best practice for the setup in Fabric? Can use GitHub to maintain the code repository, but how? Yeah, Patrick, go for it.
Go back to the first part. I got lost.
So they've got some implementation that's using streaming data. We've got a Lakehouse Delta table for one customer, and they want to replicate that for other customers.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put it. Oh, there's a third part.
There's a part 3.
But how can we ensure that the event stream component, Lakehouse, and other required components are set up automatically?
Well,
I mean, that's going to require some code.
It depends.
So let me ask you this, Adam, because you're it. Oh yeah. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends. There's probably 3 or 4 it depends that then happen. So Kevin, I'm gonna jump this up to 4. Make it 4. All right. Keep track.
That RDL one was definitely an it depends.
Yeah, we're gonna go to 4. Sorry, guys, I completely forgot. But Adam, let me ask you this: so if I create
math
my
from Patrick,
it's right math, it's right inflation. So if I create all my stuff for one customer, and then I integrate it with Git, so I integrate my workspace, and everything's in my Git repo. Everything I need for this solution. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're the Git person. I'm version control. So then a new customer comes along, right?
Yep. And
I want to deploy it again. Could I create a new workspace, integrate it with Git, change some things? Boom, my new customer's ready to go. I'm sure there's some nuances. I'm oversimplifying it.
So that would be the first thing I would do. What I don't know, there will be some nuances of things that won't work with just the Git piece on its own. And also there are some things that don't have APIs that you can automate it. So things I'm thinking of, like if you wanted to, as part of that creation, you wanted to define a schedule refresh on a semantic model.
Sure.
Like
Sure.
there are some APIs there that could potentially be leveraged for that, but then you got to trigger that as part of your. So the Git itself doesn't have it, but as part of that CI/CD flow, you could potentially trigger a code block that then does configuration after the fact. But you could have some gaps because we don't have APIs for certain items. So like that's where you're going to hit problems.
So you can have post-deployment scripts, right? So after I deploy this thing, I can have these post-deployment
it's part of the
scripts
orchestration of whatever you're deploying. And so
like
you can trigger that from like Azure DevOps and like GitHub. You can do that. I think it's
pipelines with DevOps. It's pipelines with DevOps. I don't know what it is with GitHub. But and then you got to fill in the gaps, right? So whatever we don't have APIs, whatever Microsoft,
whatever you can't automate, you got to do manually. And you'll have to figure out what are those gaps that aren't covered by the APIs. And I will also say though, there are more things that are being enabled on that front, all the time. So you got to keep up with what came that helps you fill that gap. But whatever there's not an API for, like you got to do it manually. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps, Prachi. So go check out, and also understand that we have the Fabric REST APIs, but don't forget about the Power BI REST APIs, and they're not like they're technically separate, but they do cover different parts of the product offering. So don't forget about the Power BI REST APIs, even if it's so like workspace creation is an example where that's on the Power BI REST API, not on the Fabric REST API.
Sure.
It just hasn't been merged together.
That's a good point. So it's a multi-step thing, right? It's a multi-step thing and different things to consider. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks,
All right, cool.
Thanks.
All right. I have cleared the queue. So members, go ahead and get your questions in. Now is the time. There was one. What was the one? Hang on. Pontus. I'm going to queue up Pontus. He's going to be the first queued question that's there because Pontus became a member. I love it. And we are going to go into member-only chat. So member-only chat is where members and moderators can participate in the chat. Everyone else can still watch the stream, but you won't be able to actually say anything in the chat. If you do want to participate, you can become a member. Just dropped a link in the chat. Or you can hit the join button down below if you would like. No commitment required, but you can go check it out and see if that's something you want to do. So thank you for that. And if you see, again, those folks with the green name and the icon next to their name, those are members of Guy in a Cube. So we are now going into member-only chats. Super chats always take priority even if you're not a member. So if we didn't get to your question, there were some in the queue still. And you want to get it answered, super chats will always be the next question. Unless I space on it and then we come back to it, but we will get to it. We will get to it. All right, we are in member-only mode. One of the benefits of being a member also as a visitor or producer tier is that you can pre-submit questions, and we do have a pre-submitted question today. Patrick is very excited for this question. This is like his sole area of focus that he really loves. So let's go into it. And so, all right. So I'm aiming to develop a unified portal with Gen AI capabilities for our Power BI experience. My goal is to enable users to ask questions in natural language and receive responses derived from Power BI semantic model and reports instead of looking through multiple reports and semantic models, because that's not a good use of our time. I added that part. Currently, in the Power BI experience, Copilot for Power BI is an inbuilt feature that can't be prompted when not in a specific report. So we're keen on finding ways to access Copilot for Power BI through an external script or program via an API call. Could you provide more guidance around this? All right. So Copilot within Fabric, there's one Copilot. There's multiple experiences. So Copilot for Power BI is one experience of the Fabric Copilot offering. Yes.
Alex.
So you killed my punchline, Alex. Come on, I'm building up to it. So when to trigger so for your experience, correct? When you're in a given report, you can do Copilot for Power BI, and that's in the context of that run report, right? And then so if you want to do it across multiple things, there's a couple different things to think about. One is there's this new experience in the home. This is what Alex just alluded to. It was demoed at Microsoft Ignite. I'm going to put drop in the session link. And I'm sure at FabCon it will be talked about more. And so let me go over to my machine. And so I'm not going to play the video, but I'll just go through. So it's this idea of like in the home experience, you'll have that Copilot item there. And then as you go through it, you can ask questions. And what it does is you basically in the home experience, and it looks at all of the items that you have access to. And based on your question, tries to figure out the most appropriate response for it. So it's really cool. So it's a really, really cool experience. The other thing I will point you to as well is AI skills. And so AI skills inside of Microsoft Fabric allows you to basically build your own agent based on the data that's inside Microsoft Fabric. Now, today it's a little limited on what you can pull it from a lakehouse, something like that. But if you go look at the roadmap, let's see if this is here. Roadmap. Let's see if that works. And you go to the data science area, it'll actually tell you there's a bunch of things coming for AI skills. And so the ability to use semantic models as the data source, a more chat-like experience with AI skills. So AI skills, I think, is really going to be cool. And I would definitely take advantage of that and start playing around with that. And you can generate your own things and supply your own queries and tweak it. And so the AI skills, I think, will give you a good path for what you're trying to do. The other thing with AI skills is you can then leverage that outside of Fabric as well. So like Copilot Studio, Teams, those kind of things. To your point about scripting and APIs, right now Copilot has been focused on the enterprise user within the portal. And so we haven't offered yet, or Microsoft hasn't offered yet, the APIs or anything to interact with that outside of the Fabric portal. And so for leveraging things outside of Fabric, AI agents is where you're going to start looking at that. And then like in terms of like when we think about AI Foundry and things of that nature, I'm sure like there'll be more experiences that light up over time as things happen. And get your feedback in. Go to ideas.fabric.microsoft.com and let the team know what it is you want to see. It's definitely it's a emerging area. So lots of cool things going on in the AI space. All right. Let's see here. Was there anything, Patrick? Was there anything in the chat that you seemed interested in? No. You didn't watch the chat.
I got it right
or
here.
anything?
I'm watching it. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I got it up.
Yeah.
I got it
All
on
right.
the bigger screen.
But yeah, AI skills. Look at that. The new home experience is going to come in, which may just help your users. So go forth and prosper.
Yeah.
So. All right, let's see here. Where was the first? Shoot. Okay, here we go. Get the member questions queued up. Let's go. Wait, what happened to Pontus? Oh, please. Pontus is the first one, but it disappeared. Patrick must have done something.
It's bad.
Why is it bad? It's not bad. All right, Pontus, here we go. First Q question. I'm still seeing a lot of issues in SQL endpoint delays. It can take up to 10 minutes, sometimes more, before the new data is included in the refresh. Will this improve?
Mark Price.
So I'm going to say yes, it'll improve at some point. I mean, I've been hearing that feedback, and I know it's frustrating. I know the team is looking at it for sure to see how we improve those things. And Mark Price Mayer has a link to the jobs, and so some of it also though is like the schema. So I know the schema thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're working on it though.
Yeah, but there's also the schema thing too, right?
Yeah, it's in Mark's blog.
Yeah,
it's in Mark's blog.
Mark, post your blog. Where is it? All right, Mark's going to post a link to his blog, so check that out. But yes, they are working on it, so they're well aware. So, oh, Toma. Maybe Copilot's what's going to fix it. Oh. All right.
Oh, they're releasing an
Mark
update
said there's an
next week.
update next week. Now, will that completely resolve it? Let's wait and see. But hopefully
Yeah.
it helps. Hopefully it helps. Yes, refresh the schema. Yes, and like Mark's going to talk about that in his blog too. So, but there is a schema update that I think helps. So, oh, look at that. That says Dataflow's Gen 2 has improved lately. I love it.
I will tell you. I was building some demos last week.
It was nicer.
Yes. Yes. It was nice. I don't know what's happening, but it's working consistently. It's fast. I was excited about using some data flows.
It's a whole new
I was
world.
excited about using some data. Yeah, I was excited about using some data flow. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Data destination is way better. Yeah, like
Yes.
you were
Yeah.
showing that when we were going. I'm like, wait, that's different now. That's nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like
nice.
it. I like it. Yeah. It's making the transformation of my data so much easier, right? I use a pipeline for orchestration, use data flows to clean my data up. It's nice. It's nice.
Do you know what else helps with your data transformation? Copilot.
Go.
All right.
I knew it.
Thank you, Mark. Mark dropped the
Knew it.
link to the
I knew
blog.
it. I knew
So
it. Notebooks.
yes.
That's right. Matthew. Notebooks. Notebooks.
Copilot in notebooks. All right, Isaac's got a question. I am using a semantic model from my Fabric workspace in Power BI Desktop. Okay, so we're doing a live connection to a semantic model in Power BI Desktop. That's how I read that. In Fabric, the data type is correct, but the same column is not showing the date type. I don't know what's wrong.
It's not showing the date.
I need an example.
Well, let me try to connect. Let's try to connect.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. You know what? Let's try that. Hang on. Let's go. Nope, not that. Let's go over to my machine. Let's open up Power BI Desktop. Okay, I'll do blank report. We're going to go get data, Power BI semantic model. Oh, bother. Why am I not signed in? Thank you. All right, VentureWorks, connect. Oh, wait, is that model in Direct Lake mode? Isaac, is that in Direct Lake mode or is it like imported? Like, what is it? I need to know. I'm pretty sure it's Direct Lake. He's probably doing Direct Lake. So, but like I've got date there. What does he mean by date type also? Do you know?
I don't know.
All right. So it is Direct Lake. Okay. So you're saying that the model in the service. You said date type though. Date data type is correct. Okay.
In the window where I can select
Well, probably in the semantic model view. Where's my? Why don't I open data model? Ugh, I thought that was enabled. General, yeah. What? Why is that grayed out? Oh, I'm in the wrong workspace. This isn't Direct Lake though, so. Open data model. So if I see, where's my calendar table? Calendar. So we see date, and we see data type is date time, right? So I'm in the model in the service, and if I come here, and I am doing a live connection to the same model. If I go look here, column tools, it does show, it's grayed out, but it does show date, data time. This is an imported model, though, not Direct Lake. So do you have a Direct Lake one readily available?
No, I don't.
Fail. Okay.
I'm looking.
Change the visual display property. Select a column. Visual display property. I can't do that in desktop. Visual display property. What are you talking about, Alex? I don't know what you're
I
talking
don't have
about.
anything with a date, though. I don't have anything with the date.
Yeah, Matthew, it's a
Anything
thing.
with- yeah.
Yeah, no, so this is
Yeah,
date-time
but-
format, right? So it's
So he's
date-time.
saying, is the question that it shows as a date in the service, but it doesn't show
It
as a date
shows
in
here,
the
but when you
desktop?
go in desktop, when you're live connected to it, it's not showing date time. That's how I understand it.
Okay,
So,
I'll go look at it.
Yeah, we can try and repro it.
I'll look at it.
Yeah. So
Showing as
Isaac,
date.
tell us, is that what you're talking about? Like it doesn't show date time here, like on the when you select the data type here? Is that it? Or are we looking at something else, Isaac?
All right, next one.
Speak now or for I want to know what Isaac. All right, let us know, Isaac. All right, I'm still on my desktop. All right, let's go. All right. Yes, we need you, at Isaac. Need more detail.
Thank you, Alex.
More,
we need you.
more input. More input. All right, Michael. So Michael, like you actually had this as a pre-submitted one, so I responded back to you this morning. I am going to look at this. So do you know of a way to see usage metrics when using a Power BI app? I've tried the new feature usage and adoption report, etc., and it won't show granularity underneath the app, only top level app. And so, hang on, let's go back to my machine. Isaac still hasn't responded. There is a way. So if I go into the report, so we do feature usage. Where is it? Where was the usage? Open usage metrics. There you go. Yeah. And so should be an app. I don't even have an app. All right. So Michael, I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know. But the email I sent you back this morning is I'm going to look at that, and then we'll come back on next week's stream and I'll show what I found, and see what the options are. So I'm going to defer this one, to next week, if that's okay. If I find out before the stream, I'll email you, so you don't have to wait that long. Cool. All right. Isaac came back. Yes. All right. So Isaac said, yes, exactly. In desktop, I can see that it is date and date-time data type, but in fact, it's not. For example, the date hierarchy is not showing. Cannot use the time until. All right, now you lost me. I thought it. So, okay, that's not exactly it. What? Any more info?
I wonder with the I gotta try this. I'm gonna copy
Well,
this.
but like
Yeah.
that
Let me-
comment though threw me off on what they're trying to do. So
I think he's looking for the auto date time. You know,
oh, well, that
on
doesn't
the date
exist on
in a
that.
direct lake model.
Oh, if you're looking for auto daytime, yeah, you're not going to have that. You got to build out your own calendar table and do that. If
just
that,
don't know.
that's a good
I
point,
haven't-
Patrick. Yeah, they're probably Isaac, are you expecting the auto date time, like just the natural hierarchy to be there? Because that won't be there. I don't think that'll be there with a direct lake model.
I gotta try it. I
Yeah.
have to try this. I'm doing
Yeah,
it
you
right
should
now.
have a calendar
I'm doing it
table.
right-
I almost bet you that's what it is. You have to build out a calendar table and then build your own hierarchy. So
Because I have a lake house here. Yeah, jump the queue. If
yeah,
says the question
Matthew,
is
I will do it for
awesome.
you.
He says it's awesome. Let's do it.
No, Robin. I think Patrick's right. Isaac's looking for the auto daytime hierarchy, and it's not there. All right, let's go with this one. Per Matthew, our premium capacity usage is overloaded. It's Patrick's fault. The worst thing is interactivity is exceeding the limit. I'd like to optimize the costly semantic models. No proper handover about those. How do I start? Ooh. All right. So let's go back over here. Why compute? Let's go back over to my machine first off. This is a good question. I like this question. Thank you, Matthew. And so what we're saying is that in the CPU percent over time, so right now we can see here it's background, it's blue. But what they're seeing is they're seeing red like jump up over 100%. So they're like the interactivity is killing the capacity, and that's killing all the compute. And the red is interactive. So that's your reports. People are using reports, and it's killing the capacity. So it's likely going to come down to a combination of report optimization and data model optimization. And so Matthew just dropped also a good link in the chat talking about just a lot of good resources as part of that for optimization. Definitely go check that off. So in terms of that, Alex had a good question about the handover. But the other thing I would say is like I go down just debugging, right? So like you're going to be able through the metrics app, you'll be able to see which of the data sets are involved. And then through Lineage, we can see what reports are assigned to that. And it's a debug exercise to optimize. Ultimately, what I tell customers is you have three options, ultimately. One is you can scale up. And so just throw hardware at it and throw money at it and get a bigger capacity that gives you more breathing room. What I typically find with large enterprise customers is they end up doing that because by the time they hit that, they're in crisis mode and they got to get out of it. And so they'll just upgrade the capacity so that the business can function. I'm not advocating for that, but that is an option. The other option, or option two, is scale out. And so this means, if you've got 5 workspaces on a capacity, cool. Take whatever the offending workspace is, put it on another capacity. And you're spreading out by moving workspaces to other capacities so that you limit, what they're doing. And then the third option, which is the one I absolutely recommend, and it's the one that usually doesn't get looked at, is optimize, right? And so we go through the exercise, optimizing the models, optimizing the reports, following best practices, and then getting those things down so they consume less compute. Now, you may find, though, that you go through that exercise on the optimization and you figure out what your baselines are and your usage patterns, and it may just be you just need more capacity. But do that as part of the optimization exercise to figure that out. And typically what I find in that crisis mode when customers, like, they spend more money, upgrade the capacity, now they're out of the crisis mode and they just don't think about it because they moved on to the next thing. Until now they've hit the limits on that new capacity, and now they're like, oh, what do we do? Well, we didn't listen the first time, and so now you just put a Band-Aid on it, and now you're hitting it again. So, got to optimize and just go through the exercise. Even if there wasn't handoff, cool. I mean, Patrick and I do that all the time, right? Like, that was our jam. Like, send me a VPAX file. Send me the Power BI template file. Let's go review what you got and start implementing recommended patterns. That's the key. And if you don't have experience in that, that's where you maybe start looking at like getting a partner to come in and help you with that exercise. That could be helpful as well. Any other thoughts, Patrick?
Not about this, but about the other one.
Okay. So, all right. Hopefully that, I don't know. Matthew, was that a good answer? Looking for Matthew to.
It was a good answer. It was a good answer.
All right.
I thought it was a great answer.
All right, great. Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All
right.
Answer.
All right, now, Patrick.
Go to my machine.
Yeah. Good
Okay.
enough. Thanks,
so I have
Matthew.
this.
He said good enough.
I have this model that's in.
Yeah, you got direct.
I got a model that's in direct lake mode.
Yeah. There is no auto date time
and I
in
got
direct lake mode.
Right. So I got my date.
Yep.
And it's showing its date time. You see it? It's showing its date time.
I see it.
Right?
Yes.
Is that big enough for you? Okay.
I love it.
And then so I went live edit mode on my desktop,
Yeah.
click date,
Yeah.
it's in date time.
That's right.
If you go, what's interesting though, right? If I go to options and settings,
Turn it on.
and I go to no, I can't.
Oh.
But it's on, right?
Yeah.
It is on.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming because it's in direct lake mode,
Well, you
it's
could.
not.
So the thing is, this happens at the creation of the model in desktop,
Yes.
but the creation of the model
Right.
was in the service,
Yes.
which doesn't do auto daytime.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
And then he's also saying, hey, I can't use the time intelligence measures. You absolutely can. You just need to make sure you go mark this as a date table. Right now, mine wasn't. Right. And choose your date.
Yeah.
And then you'll be ready to go. Right?
Love it.
Yep. All right.
Awesome. Very.
Yep.
All right. Jake, thank you for becoming a member. Jake says he uses the Fabric Capacity app, as one should if they have capacity.
And also the fabric as engine report, which is okay. Nice.
Yeah, love it.
Thanks,
Love it.
Jake. Thanks, Jake. I think we got time for one more.
Yeah. Hey. That was not what? It's got Matthew. All right. Sorry, Matthew. You're not hey. I don't know why I pulled Matthew's image on that. It's kind of funny, but like threw me off. I'm like, wait, Matthew didn't ask the question. How would you fetch data from SharePoint Admin Center about SharePoint page usage, Graph API, or something else? I'm going to be very transparent with you. I don't deal a lot with SharePoint, but I would imagine your thought process is correct, right? So there's probably whatever APIs are there on the SharePoint side, then we need to start looking at how we can call those and pull them in as part of a data transformation service. So, yes. Yep. Graph API in a notebook. You got it, Alex. So, and there's other ways too. Like if you got the Graph APIs, you technically can do it. It's a little janky from a Power Query perspective. I don't necessarily recommend that because you end up having to hard code things, and I don't like that. But yeah. But you're going down the right area. So SharePoint has APIs. Yeah, Graph APIs. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. SharePoint's got APIs.
You said ask him about Kerberos. Oh, all right.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Karthik, auto scale for Fabric capacities, is that coming? What do you mean by auto scale? What is it you want to see? Like, what is it you need from a capacity perspective?
So let me say, I will tell you what I would like to see. I'm on a P1. I'm hitting the edges of everything, and I'm about to get throttled. Go to a P2. Give me some more capacity so I don't get throttled.
Okay.
Didn't Premium do that?
That's one scenario.
Karthik agrees.
That's
Karthik
one
agrees.
scenario. Yeah. Like I can think of like many different scenarios, and there's different ways to handle that. But yeah, no, I mean that's good feedback. It's good feedback, Karthik. If that's what you're like, go to ideas. Like I'm not aware of anything on the roadmap that's coming for that. So just be like, we'd love the feedback, or Microsoft would love the feedback. So definitely get it in. I do know like the team's always working on things of how to improve things. Like we saw surge protection come out recently, and so they are working on things to make this a better experience. And there is a lot of feedback coming in on stuff like that. So, but the other thing is be very specific about what your business need is in those scenarios, right? So,
Okay.
because there are different approaches.
Let's say I'm a retailer. Mm-hmm. Let's say I'm a retailer, and I know that during the month.
Oh, so it depends, Patrick.
certain-
It depends. It depends.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Two more. Add two more because something else was it depends too. I know
Yeah.
it was. Add two more. I think we're up to 6 now. And so
Yeah, Kevin
imagine
says
I
6.
know how my usage goes.
Wait,
right?
Chewy said
And so
7. Kevin
one
said
day-
6. Which is it?
Make it 7. Just make it 7. All right.
We'll just
And
throw
so
money at it. That's fine.
Every
We're going to throw out random numbers now. Patrick's like, yeah, it's fine. Oh my goodness.
All right. Anyway.
Keep going, man. Keep going. I got something I want to show real quick.
Go show something.
All right, so because Robin made the comment, otherwise known as, oh my gosh, there's all these items with numbers in them. Robin said, otherwise known as, oh no, the AI guys are doing something horrifying, scale up. So there's a new thing that just came out. I'm going to show. Look at this, watch this. Copilot. Capacities can be designated as a fabric capacity, Copilot capacity. And so what this means is Copilot operations will go to that designated capacity, so they won't impact your capacity that's running the other items like the semantic model or the lake house or whatever. So you can actually have a designated Copilot capacity that any Copilot usage, that compute goes to this designated capacity. So you're offloading Copilot to another capacity, so it doesn't impact other operations.
I didn't know that was out. I didn't know that was released.
You're seeing it. This is in our production.
I know. I'm looking at it.
It's right there, man. So, and again, this goes back to the fact that the team is working on things based on customer feedback of what they need to be successful from, managing capacities, right? So that's one example of that. Surge protection is another example. And so, in terms of the auto scale piece, like keep the feedback coming. Like the team is working on it. So. Copilot capacity, surge protection. There is like throttling and smoothing and all those other things that are there. There's a lot of different ways to approach this. And so that's why I say come at it with what's your business need. Instead of solutioning it, what's the business need that you really would like to see happen? And then go from there. But send that feedback in. All right. Patrick, we're at time. We're over time.
Yeah, we're over time. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah.
Is it? Don't know.
It's all right. It's all right.
know.
I got stuff to do.
I got stuff to do too. All right. Thank you everyone for being with us again on a glorious Saturday. We loved spending time with you. It's always a good time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Patrick, we will be here next Saturday, February 1st. Join us next Saturday morning. That's before we go to Oslo. And then the following Saturday we won't be because it'll be like we'll be sleeping. Patrick, any closing words of wisdom?
Oh, yeah. I thought about this the other day. Don't let unexpected situations or any things that happen take you away from your goals. Right? Take you away from your goals. I don't talk about a lot of stuff personally, but a lot of things has been happening in my life personally, and it took me away from the things that I enjoy, right? The things like writing code
focus.
And learning, and I did. Don't lose focus. Things will happen. Things come in your life, and there's nothing you can do about it. But just still focus. Keep your eyes on the goal, man. Keep your eyes on the goal. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We will see you next week. Have a great weekend and a great week next week. We'll see you.
But you can tell